Hello guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on a new semi-auto pistol that I picked up about a week and a half ago. This is my new carry gun. So what this is a Walther PPS chambered in 9mm. Let's drop the slide. So the PPS, what that actually stands for is Police Pistol Slim, and it is a slim gun. And that's kind of what I was looking for a carry gun. So I believe this gun is less than an inch wide, just under an inch wide, and it fits great on an inside the waistband holster. So I love Walthers. I know they're a good brand of gun, and so when I purchased this, I know I'd be getting a decent firearm. I did do some research on it before I got it. Everything I read about it was pretty good. Good reviews. People seem to like it. I put about 400 rounds of 9mm through it. This just happens to be my carry ammo. This is hollow point federal. And no stovepipes, no failure to feeds, nothing like that. Runs just like you would expect a well-made handgun to run. This has a 3.2-inch barrel and is pretty accurate for a small gun. And I am, I shoot a lot. I'm not the best shot in the world, but I know I'm a decent shot, and I can put a very good group at about 10 to 15 yards and a decent group at about 25 yards. I've even shot this at 50, and I've hit the paper a couple times, which I think is pretty good. So, a couple features about this gun. When I bought this, it came with 2 magazines, and it came with a 7-round magazine. It also came with a 8-round magazine. Now, each of these magazines, the 7-round here, has a little smaller grip, which I like, and the 8 rounds got a little larger grip, which I like also. So let's take a look at what the grips look like in the handgun. So here's the 7-round first. This 7-round is the one I carry with. It's a little bit smaller than the 8. It fits real good. That looks pretty decent on that gun, I think. Take a look at the 8. The 8 rounds, obviously a little bigger hand grip, makes them look more like a full-size, pistol. And I usually use the 8 round a lot more for target shooting. I just feel like it shoots a little better with the bigger grip on it, or it feels a little better. But for carry, I use the smaller one. So another feature about this gun, and we'll talk all about it, but one thing that kind of stands out is the magazine release. It is a paddle style on the trigger guard magazine release. A lot of people say they like it. It just takes some getting used to, which I agree with. A little different. There's no push button mag like most guns. So how I usually use a magazine release, I can't really reach it. I'll hold it left-handed so you can see. I can't really reach it with my thumbs, and I would say my hands are pretty decent size. They're not small by any means. So I use, not my trigger finger, but I just go up, and I will use my middle finger. It feels very natural once you get used to it. Very quick. No problems with it. I really like that about this gun. And it is recessed into the trigger guard, so nothing catches on that when you pull it out. So there's a trigger guard. I really like that magazine release. I really do like it. I think it's great. Now let's take a look at the sights. I'm not sure if you can see right down them, but they're low profile sights. They work well. I might upgrade to some night sights. I like the True Glow sights, whatever you want to call them. We'll see. But these do seem to work very well. So another thing about this gun, which I ended up doing, was putting some, a lot of people do this, I bought some 3M ladder grip tape and put 2 bands around the handle for grip. But also, what I put those bands on for is, now this back strap here is interchangeable. It comes with a larger one. I have the smaller one on here. And what happens when you take that back strap off, it decocks a gun. And essentially makes it inoperable. It won't fire. And just because I'm a little nuts, I would say, and I kind of overthink some things too much, I was thinking, what if you're in some sort of bad situation, you're freaking out, you happen to drop this gun, and this little plastic piece breaks off the back strap. Not that I would think it would break off, but what if it does? Now you can't fire this gun. You might as well huck the thing at the guy, at the bad guy. So just for more peace of mind than anything, I just put some tape around it, and I like that it's grip tape. I like that feel of that grip tape on this. They do make full grip tape cover for this. I think Talon makes one. I'm not a huge fan of the full grip on the handle of the gun. So what else can we talk about? There's also, what I also like about it too, the gun is decocked right now, and the trigger stays back. And also, sorry, that's my dog freaking out. So also, in the back of that, I'll show you, when the gun is cocked, now there's a little red dot now in the back. Now when you look at that, you know that's cocked. And I'll fire it. It's obviously unloaded. And you'll see it disappears. So when I like it, because when I look at my holster, I'll see that red dot and know it's cocked. And another thing I like about it too is that, now I'll pull the trigger a little bit, and you can see it moving in and out. Why I like that is because, say you're holstering your gun, I'm not sure if this is what it's for, but say you're holstering a gun and you see that moving back, you're going, hey, that trigger's snagging on something, and it might fire, so you pull it out and check it out. So I like that feature of this handgun. Another thing this gun comes with is some rails on the front of it. You can mount a little flashlight, a laser, all that cool stuff that everybody likes to put on their guns now. I mean, I guess a flashlight I could see being good if you use this for home defense, but I don't see it having any uses for it for carry. I feel like it would just get in the way, so I don't put one on there. Red dot would be kind of cool. I've never used a red dot, but I just like the way it looks without the red dot. I'm not a big fan of all that stuff hanging off. You see guys with shotguns and lights and lasers and all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm not a big fan of how that looks. I kind of like it straightforward like this. So let's get down to breaking down this gun. It's fairly simple, almost like any other, a lot of semi-auto pistols. So let's break it down. I think this is like how a Glock kind of breaks down. I don't own a Glock, so I'm not sure. I think I heard that online. You kind of release the tension on the slide, and there's two tabs here you're going to pull down. So you're going to release the tension, pull those down, slide that off. Now you're going to pick up the slide and you're going to take out the recoil spring, and now the barrel will just kind of slide forward and pop out. So that's how you break down that gun, and you can go to town cleaning it. I'm not going to show you how to clean it, even though I have all my cleaning stuff out here. That's more for show. If you want to know how to clean it, I'm sure you can watch a video on it, but it's straightforward. If you've ever cleaned any gun, you'd figure out how to clean this. So let's reassemble it. Barrel back in, recoil spring, put it in the back, and line it up right first. There you go. Just make sure that spring is straight, not tilted to one side, and you're just going to slide it right back on. I'm going to check it out, make sure everything works. This gun has also, one more thing, this gun has no safety on it, no manual safety, no lever. It's got a safety trigger, so it's got a two-part trigger. It's got a little tiny trigger in the middle of it, so that trigger won't pull it and won't fire the gun, won't cock it. If it snags or you're only pushing on one side of that, there's a little lever in the middle. Once you push on that, it fires. And I believe this has a factory, I think it was 6 0.1 pound pull on this. I haven't put a gauge on this to see what this is, but I like it. I'm not going to change the trigger on it. I think it's fine. In fact, on my carry gun, I don't want a hair trigger. I don't believe that's very smart, first of all, or very safe. So there's my review of the Walther PPS. I would say a good, decent handgun to carry and even to have fun at the range. A lot of smaller carry guns are not fun to shoot. They usually hurt, will bite your hand, stuff like that. This is heavy enough and shoots good and feels good. I feel like I can go put 500 rounds through it and not have any problems. So, alright guys, well thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed the video.